How's it, guys? Just quickly wanna find my chart here. Alright, here we go. Alright, guys. First and foremost, hi YouTube. Hi everybody. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Anyway, guys, we're back on YouTube. Hopefully for good now. But all I'm gonna say is 2025 is gonna be the best trading year ever, right? Because guys, we've had our ups and downs, we've had our lefts and rights, but it's time that we keep things or start to get things moving at a very satisfactory pace once again. Alright, guys, so again, my name is Tabiso Parkwek, founder and CEO of TNT Capital. We are a trading company. We trade gold, we trade forex, we trade stocks. Doesn't matter what you like, but we can teach you how to trade it, right? We have a trading system, if I could say that, but it's a strategy, right? And basically, guys, this is gonna be a lesson on psychology, but also we're gonna be looking at previous trades. And also I'm gonna show you basically how you can make it in trading by following one system, by following one risk management plan, and basically by having faith, right? Having faith in your system, making basically that everything works, right? All remember, guys, trading is all about making an effort every single day, and basically those results should be able to pay you on a monthly basis, right? Getting into trading, looking for quick paydays. That's literally when you're gonna be at literally the back foot of trading, right? Find a system or strategy, follow that system with risk management, and you should be fine, right? You should be fine. The Lord says, invest your money in foreign exchange so that one day you will make a profit, not every week, guys. All right, now let's get started. So I'm gonna scroll back. I'm gonna go back a couple of weeks just so I can show you guys basically how you can basically make your money, and basically you not having to think about whether it's buying or selling. You literally have to look for key components, right? You literally just have to look for key components on the chart, and then after that basically you take your positions and you wait for results to appear, right? Depending on the type of trade taken, that will determine how long we're going to be in certain types of trades. So I wouldn't necessarily say don't be overwhelmed by some weeks, because guys, losing seasons do come, right? But only risk management can get you through that, right? I am also a funded prop firm trader, so I've done my research on risk. I know exactly how risks works. I know how far it can get you. Even though the numbers seem very small, I know how far risk management can get you. All right. So I'm basically just gonna go through November. Basic strategy, guys. Basic strategy. I think some of y'all might like it. So I am gonna also put some numbers on it, right? So let's say our starting capital is $10,000. We're gonna be risking about 2%, 1% on some days, depending. So basically, if we ever find our account lower than 10,000, we're risking 1%. If we ever find our account above 10,000, we're risking 2%, and the target is 10% of the 10,000 before every payout, right? I'm not necessarily saying that at 10% you stop. I'm actually saying that if you haven't reached your 10% target, take the full trade and then make the payout, right? So basically you'll find out that sometimes I am making more than 10%, right? Just because of how the trade started and where I was account balance wise, right? Now I'm going to show you guys something. So let's start a week off by, let's start the week off on the 28th of October, and let's start backtesting. All right, so on Monday, I'm a session trader, guys. So I trade sessions. I don't really have to sit here all day. All right, let me just get my pen. I know some setups will look very, very obvious to some guys who use a different type of strategy, but I'm not here to teach that different strategy. I'm here to teach mine. All right. So my mentor was known as Steve Morrow, but I did not adopt everything. I adopted what I thought was very important to me, and I built a system around that. All right. Now let's see. We have Asian session consolidation. We have break above the Asian range for the day and for the week. Right, for the week. What do I mean by that? Now, for the first 8 hours of every week, we have what we call the Asian psychological range. Right, it is formed from between the high and the low of the first 8 hours of the week. So your first 4 hourly candles of the week will determine your weekly range, right? So basically, it's usually your Asian session on Monday. This is what you should be seeing, right? If you are ever interested in learning this, you will get the entire template, and I'll literally show you how to use it. All right. So we have Asian session consolidation, break above the Asian range for the day and for the week, right? Automatically, that means we start off by selling. We start off by looking for sales, right? Now, we trade the New York session, which are the orange box. We trade every New York session except Mondays, right? We don't trade Mondays. On Mondays, what we do want to see is this, right? Anyway, let's take our first trade. Remember, we have $10,000 in the bank. We're trying to grow it. Let's see how far we can get in a month. Remember, guys, trading is not about having to sit here and think, I think it's selling, I think it's buying. Already when you trade with that notion, in my belief, you're already wrong, right? For me, I like to focus on sessions, weekly highs and lows, and patterns. M's, W's, head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, and so on. All right. So we took our first trade here. We got stopped out, right? And this was a sell. So we're down 2%. We took our second trade here. They failed to break the high. This was buys, by the way. This was sell. This is buy. We failed to break the weekly high. They gave us the M. Some people could even argue for the triple top even. Hence why the fall was this big. Right? We hit our stop, so we've lost 2 trades. We're down 3%. Right? We've lost 2 trades. We're down 3%. Now, here's where it gets very interesting. If in your week you've taken 2 stop losses, right? You've taken 2 stop losses. It means your next trade, your Thursday or Friday trade, depending, right? Since the in this case, since the Wednesday trade took the stop loss in New York session Thursday, I probably would not have taken the sales right away. I was going to wait until the next day on Friday, which the sales were giving to us here. Now, this was a 1% trade. Right? This was a 1% trade. Right? We're below our 10,000 initial capital, and we're moving. All right. So we're down 3%. That's not much. Let's say our maximum drawdown would be 10%, right? Even 8 is fine. All right, so we took our 1% trade. Our max target for any trade is 1,000 pips, especially on the gold, right? What does signature trade mean? Signature trade means that because of the 2 stops that we have experienced, it means that our next trade, our signature trade, should run until the end of the next week. For instance, if I was going to take this on Friday, which I did, it gave me 1,000 pips by next Wednesday, right? So now when that happens, already I know I'm 3% down. 1,000 pips on a 1% trade, that is $1,000. So already I know I'm $700 in profit. What's our target? 10%. So we're already 7% in profit, right? We're already 7% in profit. All right, guys. So basically, now you are much closer to your target than you actually were. This is why I say we must let trades complete. I believe in giving every single setup a fair opportunity to show what it can do, right? Just because it looks like it's going to stop loss, I don't even care if it even is, right? The system will let me know. My strategy should let me know. I'm not here to act like I'm better than, because I already know I can never do better than the market. I can never do better than the market. So hence why we formulated a system strategy, so we can basically get around without thinking, in a way. I don't like to use the term like that, but without thinking, in a way. Right. So now we took our signature, we're up $700, 3% $300 away from our initial target. Right. So now after I hit my target, I check, all right, what happened in the week that I'm trading. I've already hit my 1,000 pip target. I want to continue trading. Why? Because I have a 10% target to reach. Right. So I continue analyzing. I'm like, okay, in the week that I've hit my take profit, I hit my take profit down here, right? From the last Friday trade. This was a signature, 1,000 pips. This was a signature, what we call a signature trade, which we're currently on right now as well, right? So I'm like, okay, what happened on Monday? Oh, I see on Monday we had Asian session consolidation, right? There's an Asian weekly range every single week, guys, right? We had Asian session consolidation. Sorry, this could be straighter. Asian session consolidation, break above for the week and for the day. This is what we wanted to see on a Monday. And they gave us our entry down here. And unfortunately, we took a stop loss up here. So this would mean, since I was a seller first, that would mean I have to be a buyer from this setup. Right now, this setup gives me buys, but unfortunately, it stops me out. Asian session Thursday, November 7th. Right, already, what does that mean? Hypothetically, I've taken 2 stops, but I wasn't on these trades. I was still busy riding the signature all the way to the downside. But for me to get an idea of where the system is in the week itself, I need to analyze it. So I need to hypothetically take these trades in my mind, like I actually did, right? And I need to count the pips and actually see what happened. I noticed that I took a stop. I took a stop trying to sell. I took a stop trying to buy. Right here. Took a stop trying to buy. And we took the stop up here. So what does that mean? That's 2 stops. And that would mean that we take the trade in line with our breakout high. Right? Which means we're back to being sellers indefinitely until the next week. Right? New York session pops up Thursday. We took our trade. Unfortunately, we got stopped out. Right? But this on Thursday would only have been our first official try for that week. Right? Remember, we're 7% up. We just took a 2%, which we lost. So we're 5% up now. Right? You're still halfway from your target. Keep trading. Don't panic. This is why I say psychology is the biggest lesson you can receive. If you ever meet a mentor who is willing to share their psychological traits with you, and how they actually manage themselves, how they manage trades, how they manage their months, especially when it looks like, because sometimes it can look like that. It can look like you're not about to hit your monthly target. It can look like you might possibly not hit your 10% target. Sometimes it can even go as far as you breaching or blowing your account. Right? So what we do now is like, guys, again, faith, having a strong psychology will get you everywhere. Right? Doing this has got to me 6 payouts. 6 payouts. That's almost $12,000 in payouts. Right? And it is completely not your fault when the account blows or breaches, because as long as you are following your risk management plan, you have done nothing wrong. That's why at some point the market will pay you enough for you to hold on to some money and get another account should your current one breach. Right? Should you actually breach your account, the money that you've made from previous payouts should be able to get you more evaluations, more challenges, and basically get funded again and move on. Right? Having a system will actually prove to you that even you as a trader, you are working for your money. All right, let's move on. So 5% up, 5% up. We're almost at our target. It is the 8th of November. Right? Looking at sells and definitely in line with the breakout high. Right? Guys, when market breaks above the Asian range on Monday, we are sellers for the week. When market breaks below the Asian range for the week, we are buyers for the week. All right. Hence why we're selling now. So like I said, 2 stops means we are sellers indefinitely, and we are also looking for the signature trade. Right? This would mean that this trade specifically, that we're not necessarily looking at it to run for just 3 days. We're looking at it to run for possibly even 6 days. All right, so we took our entry on Friday. We're 5% down, but we are above the 10,000 deposit. So that means we can take a 2% trade. So this is a 2% trade on a signature trade, meaning we're looking for $1,000. 2% on $1,000 on 2% trade, 1,000 pips should be $2,000, right? Right. So we take this trade, and look at that. By next Tuesday, we hit our target. We hit our 1,000 pip target on a 2% risk. So immediately that pushes you from $500. We were looking for $1,000. This now pushes us from $500 to $2,500. Right? It's been 2 weeks of trading. That is your payout. $2,500. That is your payout. We took, let's check how many trades we took. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 trades ever since we got funded, or basically when we completed the month. 5 trades got us $2,500 out of a target. Right? We made $1,500 extra because why? We allowed the trade to complete. We allowed our signature trade to complete. Right? That's our payout. Right? So basically now you're back to $10,000. Now basically we're looking for our next target. We're looking for our next payout. We keep trading. So we analyze and we say, okay, we analyze and we check and we're like, okay, what has the market done this week? Pardon? What has the market done this week? So we have Asian session consolidation. We have break below the Asian range. Right. So we're expecting buyers. But unfortunately, we got stopped out from the Tuesday trade. This was more than 100 pips. Our stop loss is always 100 pips. Uniformity is key. 100 pips stop, we got stopped out. So it means from buyers we turn to sellers, and basically we are looking at the low of the week to be broken at that point. right? So what happens the next day? We have consolidation. Market gives us the entry down here, right? The minute we saw market break the initial low of the week, that's when we knew that this trade was in, right? Already it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, so we're not taking. It's not a signature trade, so we have. It has to just ride 3 days, right? So it's a 2% trade. They gave us, I think the maximum was about 400 pips, so that's about $800 in one trade, right? They gave us about $800, $700 on this trade until the Friday before the reversal, right? The choice would be yours whether you want to reverse or not, but guys, if you choose to come work with me, I will basically guide you step by step on how and what to look for on which days, depending on how long you've been writing your trades, right? Basically, you get to follow me as I take these trades every single time. And if you ever do get lost, I will help you find yourself again, right? So this trade gave us about $700. It was the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We can close on Friday about 400 pips. That's about $800 on a 2% trade, right? So we're 2% away from our target once again. We're 2% away from our target once again. So we're just going to have to wait. So already we do have a $2,500 payout, guys. You've been paid. Don't forget that you've been paid. A lot of traders tend to forget that they've been paid. So when they struggle to hit the next target, there's a bit of frustration. And then what frustration comes, basically you are going to fuck up your entire psychology, right? Don't fuck up your psychology. Because once you fuck up your psychology, you're fucked. All right. Let's move on. So we have about $800 in profit, 2% away from our target, and it's the 15th. It's November 15th, right? You see, guys, I'm following a system. I'm not here sitting like an idiot and saying, I think it's gonna buy, I think it's gonna sell. I've already lost if I do that. I've already lost because I'm sitting here pretending like I know when I don't, pretending like I'm gonna figure it out when I'm actually not, right? You have to formulate a strategy, you have to formulate a system if you want to get somewhere in trading. That's just simply how it works. It took me a couple of years to get this right. Hence why I would say 2025 is going to be our biggest year. 2025 is going to be our biggest trading year because we're going to be doing the same thing for the first time for a whole entire year. Right. We took about $800 away from that trade. That's fine. Usually after 3 days, I would say reverse out, right? This trade, I think they didn't stop you out, so you would have gone for buys here. Hold out for the rest of the weekend. It's probably still a 3-day trade, right? It will be a Friday, Tuesday. It will be a Friday, Monday, Tuesday we trade. Tuesday we close, and obviously we have to analyze, right? So basically, again, so let's move on, guys. So we're about $800 up, 2% away from our 10% target. Yeah, and we move. We already have our $2,500 power payout. Americans like to say 2,500. I also like it. All right, so we have 2,500 in the bank. Well, we have $800 in the works. 2% away from 2% away from our target. Let's move. Right. So hypothetically, let's say we didn't take our Friday trade, right? Let's say we didn't take this, so we're only about $800 up, right? So Monday comes along, we see Asian session consolidation, we see a break above the Asian range, right? So this would mean we are sellers coming Tuesday. So Tuesday we try sellers, he takes us out, and this was a 2% trade, right? This was a 2% trade. So from $800 we're back to $600, right? Not really back, but we're at $600, right? The problem is here, the stop loss happened the next day. So we can't really now take a 2% trade, especially guys, if you have any experience trading prop firms, there's what we call a daily drawdown target, right? In this case, using this specific firm, it's not the one you see on top there. This is a broker. This is just what I monitor my trades on, right? Um, we have to take a 1% trade. We try to sell, now we must try and buy. Already we have the W down here. We have market breaking the weekly high. So this is a good signal. This is a good signal, right? Now remember guys, market is trending. We're about $600 up. 1% trade gave us about 700 pips. We made about $1,100 on this. $1,100 on this before we actually made a payout. So on Friday, when we did eventually take out that trade, if we didn't decide to reverse out, let me just get my rubber. Pardon me, guys. Right, this video is not going to be edited as well, guys. Only when I guess we start making the best payouts, we'll start paying for editing software and stuff like that. I don't want to use the free ones because the free ones are shit. So basically, you'll know when I start editing my videos that is the system is working. The system works regardless, right? The system works regardless. I just don't want to pay for a shit editing software, right? So let's move on. So we took our Wednesday trade, about 700 pips, 700, yep, about 700 until the close. So that's about a $700 win, $1,100 payout, right? It can take you a while to reach some of the targets sometimes, but already in a month you've accumulated $3,600, right? $3,600 in South Africa. I think that's like almost 60,000 rand, right? And that's just following basic steps. That's just following basic steps, right? Now, for the next 2 weeks, you're gonna see why psychology is very important, because I did breach my account, but I had to get a new one. But it was actually the first time I actually noticed that, oh, so it can happen. You can actually trade until the end. Right, that's why strength and honor is the best thing I can. Strength and honor is basically the best thing I can offer you. You must have strength, you must have honor, so you can be able to die with strength and honor. Basically, we died with strength and honor, but because guys, we've made a series of payouts, we can pay for accounts, right? It's a business at the end of the day. Some months are good, some months are bad, and unfortunately, since I think our last week in November wasn't the best, and also our first week in December wasn't the best. We're currently in our second week of December, and market has basically been choppy, right? So as you can see, we took about 6 losses in these 2 weeks alone. We took about 6 losses, right? Already 6 losses on a funded account. 6 losses would be 6 losses is enough for you to breach, basically. 6 losses is enough for you to breach your account, basically, right? But I'm going to show you the trades that we took. They are the same. They are the same, right? Monday, we have Asian session consolidation. Remember, we have the Asian weekly range that is determined by the first 8 hours of the week, right? We have Asian session consolidation, break above the Asian range. This is a Monday, right? On Tuesday, we took our sell trade, woke up in the morning, saw some profit, came back, hit stop. Actually didn't. Consolidated until the Wednesday, only on Thursday. Only on Thursday. I'm actually lying. This is Monday. The 25th is a Monday. Sorry about that, guys. 25th is a Monday. And this is a... So our buyers actually had to come from here. Right. Let's see. All right. Back. So we had Asian session consolidation. As you can see, this one is huge. This week's one is huge, right? So what happened is that we have Asian session consolidation, break below for the week on Monday. They gave us this entry up here, right? And they hit our stop. So that means we'll sell it the next day. So we sold on Wednesday, realized a little bit of profit on Thursday morning, and only on Friday we woke up and take profit. Not our take profit, our stop loss was hit. Right. Already we've had one, two trades this week, and basically we had to check. We have to analyze. So we say, okay, if Tuesday I tried to buy, Wednesday I tried to sell, and I only hit my stop loss on Friday. So this means that I'm supposed to be buying. I'm supposed to be buying the market based on the break low below the Asian range for the week. Right? They give us this entry here. We were in profit for a while, but only until Monday morning. Right? So already we've lost 3 trades, but here's a psychology lesson. A number of traders would change their system after seeing or after having gone through such a week. They would probably try and change the system. They would probably try and find better. Trust me, have. You're gonna keep running into the same wall. Let God guide you, guys. Allow God to guide you. Right? He's guided me for an entire month. We made $3,700 or $3,600 to be exact. Right? And that's just by allowing God to guide us. That's just allowing God to guide us, right? It's very important. It's a very key characteristic to hold, right? You must allow God to guide you in your trading, right? Took 3 losses. This is where psychology matters. Took 3 losses. I'm just going to carry on trading like the 3 losses didn't happen. Of course they happened, right? But we have to carry on. We just have to carry on, right? Following week before the last one, we have Asian session for the week, right? We see break above the Asian range on Monday. Actually, no, that's not it. Only on Tuesday we realized our break above the Asian range. Took our sells. Unfortunately, we got stopped out on Wednesday morning, and then we took buys up here, hoping to see the market break the weekly high at this point and then shoot up. But unfortunately, price was holding. Right, we took our stop loss from our Wednesday trade on Thursday, and would you look at that, we took our signature. This now gives us space to take a signature trade. So we're actually looking at this trade to work, looking for 1,000 pips. Right, already the account is is 2%, 2, 1, 2, 3 is about 4% down. We've taken another loss, 4, 5, 6. So we're 6% down. Right? Again, another trader would have come, or another trader would sit by themselves and try and piece together the puzzles. When the puzzles have already been pieced together, you just gotta accept that it's a choppy market. Your system does not do well in a choppy market. Right? I accepted that in the previous 2 weeks. Your strategy / system, which I don't think any system or strategy does well in a choppy market. right? This now opened up space to take a signature. So again, we're hopeful. And guys, we're not going to pretend like we didn't see any profit. The Thursday trade showed us profit. We slept in profit. When we went to bed, we slept in profit, but only for them to hit the low of the week. Only for them to hit the low of the week, give us a nice cute double bottom, and they shot back up. Right? They didn't come towards our positions. Right? We actually slept. We actually slept on Friday while we were managing the trade. We actually slept on Friday, and trades were still in profit. Right? At least this trade, especially the Thursday one, actually gave us space so we can trade risk free, because our trade did reach above 250 pips, so it means we move our stop loss to break even. Now the trade runs risk free. Right? Unfortunately, that didn't happen. We got stopped out. Basically, we broke even on Monday morning. Right? Count is 6% down. Basically, at this point, you're looking for a way out. Right? So now this is where faith comes into play. On Monday, we see break above the Asian range. We're looking to sell. We're looking to sell on Tuesday, which we did. Took our stop. That's 7% down. We tried to buy on Wednesday. Haven't seen that the market broke the weekly high. Looking for retest to looking for continuation towards the high. That didn't happen. We got stopped out. We woke up. We got stopped out. So eventually, if you do have an account with a prop firm where they do have a 10% max daily, that would be the best one you can get, right? At the moment, the one I'm using only offers me a 8% daily, 8% max. Pardon. If you can get a prop firm that can offer you a 10% max drawdown, go with that, right? If you can, but unfortunately, the one I'm using at the moment only offered me a 8% max drawdown. So basically, yesterday I woke up with no account, right? But again, guys, we've made money, right? We've made money. I'm gonna get my little book here, right? I don't know if you guys can see, but we've made money, right? We got funded on the 30th of July. Our first payout was $4,000. Second payout was $1,000. Third payout was $3,200. Our fourth payout was $2,500. Our sixth payout was $3,200 again, right? It is only on our path to our sixth payout where we breached, and that is not even our fault. It's still not your fault, right? So basically, I have other accounts that I'm trading, right? We took this signature trade yesterday based on this continuation, right? Because we took the stop, it's 2 stops. We're looking for the signature. So we're basically looking to ride this trade until either 2 options. It's gonna ride until Friday, or we're gonna hit our 1,000 pip target, which on a 1% risk is $1,000 on a $10,000 account, right? A 1% risk on 100K would be $10,000. 2% would be $20,000, right? Right. So, guys, we only went through those losses because market conditions were choppy. Lean not on your own understanding, guys. Let God lead you. Like, look at my face. I breached an account and I'm not scratching up walls. It's because, guys, I know we have a system. I can sit here and I can say I know how to make money trading because I do. Right? So what? I blew the account. Show me a trader who hasn't. Right? But again, this is a very important lesson on psychology again. I followed my plan to the T. I did not shift left or right. I gained 5 payouts before I breached, and I only breached my account because of choppy conditions. Completely out of my control. Completely out of my control, guys. So, again, guys, like, subscribe. We're back on YouTube. I promise the edits will look better next time. All right. My name is Tabiso Paco, guys, founder and CEO of TNT Capital. Again, I'll leave my Instagram link at the bottom. I'll put the WhatsApp link as well. I'll put the Telegram link as well. Guys, only if you're serious about learning the system, this specific system, so you can get by your entire 2025. If you want to get by, if you want to be rich, not rich, but I'm basically showing you these numbers. They're real. The numbers are real. And the number and the math is very simple. If on a 200K account, on a $200,000 account, all I have to do is times all these numbers by 20. Right? So if I take the amount that we made before we actually blew the account, we made about almost 10. Could I say 10? Or almost about $12,000. Right? Times that by 10. It could have been could have been like $120,000. So it's $240,000. That's a lot of money. It's about 4 million. It's about 4 million where I'm from, right? And I did that. You could be able to do that by just following a simple system. That's not about that you're not about to ask millions of questions, right? If you're interested, guys, link is in the bio. $100 once off. 2 months, after the 2 months, and you still don't quite understand, it's another $100, guys. That's basically how it works, right? But again, from my side, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Again, Tabiso Paco, founder and CEO of TNT Capital. All right, guys. Hopefully you find this very insightful, and I'll be seeing you on the next video review. All right, guys. See you next week. No, don't start streaming. Stop recording.